Hey, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Gonna
Yahweh Hashem, giving all praise, honor, and glory.
Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Chakwadash.
Honors to the apostles, bishops, elders of GMS. Salutations to the elect.
Shalom, shalom. So I'm here with the brother Debar. My name is Ashiyar, and we're gonna get into a lesson now. Going into going into the new covenant. All right, what is the new covenant? So before we even say anything, we're gonna lay it out from the scriptures.
Start from one.
Hebrews 8, you could start around like I think it's 7.
Yeah, sorry. All right, this is Hebrews 8, chapter 8, verse 7. And it reads, "For if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second." All right.
Yep. So that means what? That the second covenant was faulty, meaning that
The first
it's a lock, yeah. The first covenant, the water. The first covenant was faulty.
because the people was going off.
Right. It was faulty because we went off.
Yeah, went off. So
Yep.
therefore, instead of the Lord doing away with the people completely, he set a new covenant.
Right. Exactly. And just like any contract, any agreement, if you're in breach of contract, there's certain stipulations that it says it makes the contract null and void. So the aspects of the Lord protecting us, the Lord having a hedge around us, the Lord setting us up as his people, that that aspect of that covenant was taken away when we transgressed. The whole point of the covenant, why would you want to be under the covenant with the Most High? To be protected, to be his people, to be the leading nation, to be the light. That's the purpose of us following. Well, that was supposedly what it was for, but we know that we being in these bodies, we're not capable of keeping those laws perfect.
Right. If I may say,
Yeah, go ahead.
right now, the contract still is null and void because we still going off as a people.
Yep.
You understand?
Even now.
When you rectify a situation, you correct it. And if we ain't been corrected yet, you know, you still dealing with these fleshly bodies that's still corruptible. All right.
Yep.
And Jake is still out here going north, sitting in the whole all-time high.
Yep.
So, the new covenant ain't even put on us yet because it's designed to where we won't be going on. That's it.
That's right. That's right. So even now, us being in the truth, we still go off. We still break the law. So we have a hope of salvation, a hope of salvation. And remember, the first covenant, it happened right after we were delivered from Egypt. So it's associated with deliverance.
That's right.
You see, it's associated with a deliverance. So if there's no deliverance, but if there's no deliverance, all right, then how can there be that second covenant?
That's right.
You know what? That, but grab Jeremiah 16 and I think it's 16 because it all goes hand in hand. The Lord likes to do things in a dramatic, glorious fashion. So just because we received the truth doesn't mean that we're in the second covenant. All right, we're working towards being a part of that second covenant, but the scriptures are clear on what that second covenant is. You got it. 16 and 16. I think it's 16 and 16.
Yeah.
I'll read 14.
Start from 14.
Yeah,
All right. It's Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. 15. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he hath driven.
So the Lord through the prophet Jeremiah is speaking about the deliverance from the second death, and the land of the north is America.
That's right.
And it mentions Matthew 24 mentions that the angels are going to gather the elect from the four winds. So Jeremiah through the Spirit of the Lord is prophesying of that final deliverance. You see? So you got to have spiritual eyes to see that. And
Future
again,
prophecy.
that's right. It's a future prophecy. It hasn't even happened yet. But leading up to that, all right, we will receive the truth. All right. We will receive the spirit of truth. The scriptures talks about the comforter. All right. So with that comforter, we've been able to prophesy about other things to come. All right. And one of those things, one of those prophecies that has yet to be fulfilled, and we're going to show you how it has not yet been fulfilled. And that's pretty much, you know, in Spanish we say caso cerrado, which is case closed, you know. So when we read that, you're going to see that there's no way we could be in that second covenant based off how the scriptures describes it. All right. You guys want to bring something out, or
You want me to continue?
yeah, we read a little more on that. Gotcha.
Yeah. In the land that picking up from 15, it says, in the lands whither he hath driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers, which of course is the land of Israel. We're not there, positioned in the right way, you know, see who's there right now. And that place is like literally like a cesspool of wickedness. You know? The true lands is going to be completely like recultivated. You know?
That's right. That's right. So we know we're not in that. We're not. We haven't experienced that second deliverance, and
That's right.
it would have been something in history because you got people like Vocab Malone, or you got people that say that there's no more prophecies left. All of them have been fulfilled. And they'll say that this was dealing with something in the ancient world, but there was never a deliverance after Egypt that was so great, that was so marvelous that it overshadowed that ancient deliverance. And this is what's yet to come. And that's going to be the deliverance from America, Babylon the Great. You know, the scriptures is a living, breathing book. So all the prophecies in there, there's things that has come to pass and there's things that's yet to come to pass. And we teach the whole entire scriptures through the Rakak Wadash, Holy Spirit. We could break all these things down. So you know, the Wadi Yahalba Shem Yahushai. So we can go back to Hebrews 8.
And the Lord's not finished dealing with dishing out that punishment, man. You know, we still in the times of dealing with that punishment. And, as far as the deliverance is concerned, only thing that we can look forward to is hoping that, you know, with these days and times that's ahead right now, that we close to it. You know,
That's right.
as much as we struggle right now, you know, and Jacob's trouble ain't even really hit hard. I mean, it's coming, but it ain't here as far as it being full blown yet. So we ain't even dealt with Jacob's trouble yet. You know, how can we be considered in a new covenant of salvation and being driven brought back to our lands?
Yep.
We still here in the land of captivity. And majority of us can't even leave if we wanted to. You need all these certifications of passports and, you know, certificates, you know, license,
Paper slavery.
right, citizenship. You still under their rules, so you know you can't do what you want to do.
Yeah, the new covenant is complete dominion as well.
Right.
That's another thing associated with the new covenant. You know, so you can't forget that part of it either. Go ahead, bro.
All right. This is Hebrews 8:8. Hebrews chapter 8, verse 8. For finding fault with them, he saith, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Verse 9. Now according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. This new covenant is not, we're not going to have the option to go off. It's not going to be put in our hearts to even forsake the Lord in any way. So that's what you mean by the old covenant, when we forsake him and went on our own pattern. It grieved him much so, but at the end of the day, he allowed it to happen, to give a testament of how he could make his power to where he makes the first covenant a certain way, but the second covenant gonna be even stronger.
Yep.
It's gonna be encoded in us. All right, there ain't gonna be no going off.
That's right.
So, yeah, like you said, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers, and that was leading us out the land of Egypt. All right, that was when we went astray. All right.
Keep going.
Verse 10. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord.
This is the covenant. So
Right.
listen, so y'all out there that are of the house of faith, listen up, because it's going to tell you exactly what the covenant is. All right. The scriptures is direct. There's no
Right.
ifs, ands, maybes about it.
It's a distinct description.
Yep. Straightforward. Go ahead.
For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind. Right.
Yep.
No writing nothing down. It's going to be encoded.
It's going to be in your DNA to be perfect.
Right.
In our DNA to be perfect, Lord's will. And again, remember, we believe we're going to be a part of the new covenant. We have the hope of salvation. We believe and we have faith. And we always got to remember to say Lord's will.
Sure.
But why would we be doing all this if we don't think we believe that we're heading towards that and we're working towards that? And as the days goes on, we're getting closer and closer to become, closer to that point where we are going to be in a new covenant. So the Lord is trimming the fat. He is perfecting us by tribulation and by pain and different things and obstacles that we're overcoming. So all of this is a trying period. It's all tied in with the new covenant, but we can't say that we're in the new covenant.
That hope and that faith.
Yeah, the hope and the faith, but a lot of men had hope and faith and they fell out.
Yeah.
So we always got to remain humble and say, Lord's will. We make it to that point. Lord's will. We don't know who's of the elect and who isn't. We have a good idea, but there could be somebody that's on fire right now, and the Lord could cast them out. And that could apply to any one of us. So we always remain humble, and we put up Psalms 51:11. Lord, take not the Holy Spirit from me.
Right.
Every day, that should be going up. Every single day. Yeah, you had something you want to get?
Yeah, just quick precept for those who have that hope and that faith that's already chosen, don't know that they chosen.
Yep.
We still work out our salvation with fear and tremble, even though, like he said, say Lord's will, because you don't know, but you have the humbleness to say, look, even if I had a hunch that I was, I'm still gonna go at it like if I was fighting for it with my dear life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it depended on me through life or death.
That's right.
And so that's why this scripture means a lot to me as far as the elect is concerned. Because even though they are considered the elect in the Lord's eyes, they humble enough to realize that I'm not the elect just yet.
Right.
We consider ourselves the hopeful elect. That's the name of my channel, the Hope PTA, hopeful elect. All right. So this is James chapter 1, verse 12. Blessed the man that endureth temptation. All right. Blessed the man that endureth temptation. And right now we in the highest times of temptation and tribulation. All right. When people, like you said, go off at the last quarter. This is the fourth quarter and brothers going off. All right. It's the final inning, and then you wanna walk out on the game. But blessed the man that in temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life. That's the key point where I was bringing up the scripture. The script is the key, the crown of life, which is salvation. All right. This is when the elect is being beamed up and you get that crown, you are the first. You know what I'm saying? And this is what makes us a part of the new covenant when we become blessed with that crown. Right yet, man.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
But finishing off,
That's the gift. That's the reward at the end of all this.
right.
If we was in the new covenant right now, what would we be looking forward to? Why are we looking forward to something else?
Right.
The new covenant means you ain't got to worry about nothing. So how can we be in it if we still over here? Not to say that we worry, but we have pressures being applied to us. Our lives are
Temptations and tribulations.
Exactly. You said it best, bro. There you go. Temptation, tribulation. We ain't perfect yet, and we under Esau still. If we was in a new covenant, they would have no power over us. But they still have that power over us. They can impose it by laws, like the brother was mentioning earlier, paper slavery, all right? Paper chains, laws and documents and, all this other bullshit that they got us into.
Decrees, unlawful decrees. Social security number. That's right. You can't even leave the state if you want to, or the country if you want to. If they say that you're a flight risk, you can have a petty crime, but if they know that you got money and they consider you a flight risk, you can't even leave. No matter how certified you are, you can have the passport and everything, but they just considered you a flight risk, so you can't go nowhere. Because you got a disappearance ticket or some shit, or you got a warrant, So we in the times of dealing with their rule and their rulership. That draconian rule won't even be trumped up even more. But that's all I wanted to bring out on that script.
Go back to what he did.
This is verse 10. Did I read 8, 9? Nope.
You read? Yeah. Go. You can go to read 9 again.
All right. Not according. This is Hebrews 8, chapter 8, verse 9. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. All right. Verse 10, for this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their heart. And I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people. All right?
You're not even going to have the thought, like Apostle Tahar mentioned, you're not even going to want to look at the woman's booty that belongs to somebody else.
That's right.
In this kingdom, sometimes, you gotta catch yourself because you're looking at a woman and but they dress in a way that attracts a man's eyes. So you might look like, I didn't mean to look, but this shit was out there, for the whole world to see.
That's right.
So, but that's all a part of us being in the flesh, and that's a part of the battle.
And the woman ain't gonna be dressed like no damn whore.
Exactly.
When we get that new covenant.
That's right.
Yep. It's gonna be in our hearts and in our minds. Our hearts is our mind, but he's reiterating the fact on how embedded the righteousness is going to be within us.
Yep.
Because in today's time, our righteousness is considered unto him as filthy rags.
Yep.
Even though you try, the rapper said to try is to fail. You're going to fail when you try and, rehearse these righteous acts in entirety, in 100%. Because anybody who in this truth right now say that they exercise the laws in entirety is a damn lie, man.
Right.
They come across as wicked Pharisees because they trying to act like they holier than thou when you know that you can find some type of chip in their armor. Like it's no time to worry about other people right now. It's time for you to work with yourself and keep the sincerity of yourself within the spirit of where the Most High wants you to be. The only thing because everything is the Lord's will. Only thing that you can do is to try to follow the spirit. That's why we say stay in the spirit, because if you of the Lord, you're going to do things accordingly, to the best of your ability, if I might say.
Yep. That's it, bro. Good morning.
Verse 11, and they shall not teach. They shall not teach.
This is another key, Salak. This is another key point. Right. So we showed you that the laws ain't in you, so that's number one, that you can't be in the new covenant yet. Right now, number 2.
Verse 11 says, And they shall, just Hebrews 8, chapter 8, verse 11, it says, and they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, for all shall know me, from the least to the greatest. All right.
That's it. So we're not going to have to teach one another.
That's right.
And yes, Yahweh Shai established the new covenant, but that was on his end. Now the covenant is here. The reward is here. This is the covenant. So he's telling you what it is. By his sacrifice, he conquered death. So he's the prototype of the new covenant, of being perfect.
Right.
He was in the flesh and lived a perfect sinless life. So he already is the predecessor of the new covenant. But we gotta meet him there, right? Because we ain't in it. So now when he comes back, now he's gonna say, all right, now this is the new covenant, this is the reward, this is the gift. You know, you got these MLB players, NBA players, NFL players, they get a big contract, they set for life. Imagine that times, but unless the teams could have the contract for them, but if they didn't sign it, they're not a part of it, they're not getting that money. You know?
Shit, some of them get set for life and still fuck it up.
Right.
You can have this truth and then you still blow it.
Yo.
Because many are called, but few are chosen, man. You know, you can get the calling, but the Lord can take it right from you and you become that 2/3 that you was hoping and praying that you wouldn't become. And, you know, you don't even know how it came upon you. So, you know, when the Lord promised you that new covenant, man, that's something to look forward to. Like, you don't want to blow that, you know?
Sure.
And it's something to look forward to, meaning that it didn't actually happen yet, you know?
That's right. Yep. So it ain't happened yet, and that's what we waiting on.
And brothers still need to be taught. So if you say that we shall not teach our neighbor or our brother, we don't have to tell you what the Lord is and how to get right because you already know. But if you see us out here, we all camping, all of Israel should be out here camping, you know, in season and out of season, week in and week out. You understand? And that's just to show you that we still not in the new covenant yet, because we still got to wake our people up. The elect is not sealed yet. You know, we on our way to camp right now.
Yep.
To teach.
And even amongst those that know the law, so-called, we still got to teach because they go off on doctrine.
That's right.
They say some Israelites out there say there's no camps anymore. Camps are wicked. Yahweh Shai and his disciples was a camp. Then they'll probably say, well, they don't believe in Yahweh Shai because they're OT only or something like that. So even amongst those that so-called know the laws, they know not to commit adultery, they know not to eat the dietary law, we still got to teach because we got to break down the doctrine properly because there's wayward doctrines out there. One of these things being the new covenant.
That's right.
The misunderstanding on that. So we got this lesson alone is proof that we're not in the new covenant.
That's right.
The fact that we got to teach you what the new covenant is. Yeah, Doc.
And the elect could be in the wrong camp right now. And by hearing this word come out and teaching them, you know, they could be, you know, waking up to the point where, all right, I got to drop this doctrine that I'm dealing with this so-called whatever camp and get with this camp.
That's right.
And get this truth and bring it out. And my spirit probably will shine even more. You know? And like I said, the elect got to be sealed. Right now, we in a time of feeding the Lord's sheep, John 21. All right, so if we were supposed to be feeding the sheep, what you think going out camping is doing? Feeding the sheep. You know, when we go live, or when we get a person that walk by, you know, they enlightened, they woke up to the spirit, and now they want to learn, and now they want to come into the fold. That's feeding the Lord's sheep. All right, so if he's saying that, that's all. That's only a few chapters before where I'm at right now in Hebrews. We still got to continue to do that. All right.
That's right.
And that's part 2 of what the actual new covenant is. All right.
Yep.
Well, we don't have to teach no more. And if you don't think we have to teach, then the elect has been sealed and we're not in captivity no more. And I know y'all don't believe that we're not in captivity, because if y'all believe that, man, then you definitely going off. You got to pay a toll. You got to do all these things that show you that you're still under the draconian or the Babylonian rule, and you don't think that we not in captivity, you shouldn't have to pay no. You shouldn't have to have no driver's license. You shouldn't have to have anything because you're free to do what you want to do. All right, but if you still got to do that, then you are oxymoron if you think that we free. All right. So
Right.
we read on.
Yeah, I think that was it. Let me see. Where you at?
I was at 11.
11.
It says, they shall not teach every man.
Yeah, you could close it out with 12.
Okay. And this is verse 12 of Hebrews 8. It says, for I will be merciful to their unrighteousness, and their sins and their iniquities will I remember no more. All right. So that's the new chapter, man. That's a whole new beginning, you know. It's a whole new beginning, and those things that he promised, that's when we get those things, man. It's a clean slate, and you made it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Lord willing, you make it as 144. That's what we strive for as men of the Lord that's out here. The hopeful elect. That's what we strive for, to be the first beamed up, man. And that's something to look forward to. That's the ambition that you should want. Not no ambition, the new car or the new house or the new yacht or all these worldly things, man. I ain't nothing compared to having the ambition of making the first up.
That's right.
That's the new covenant. That's the new covenant, and those are the descriptions of the new covenant. Right? And Lord willing, the brothers that scattered in these other camps that don't know what the new covenant is and believe that the new covenant is here already. Lord willing, that this was edification for you,
Mm-hmm.
And then you got anything
Yeah,
else?
that's it, bro. I just wanted to say last closing thoughts was hey, just envision the deliverance. Envision our shy crown of you. Think about it, meditate on it, pray on it. Pray for the Lord to deliver you. Pray for the Lord to keep you in his truth. We gotta pray for the Lord to keep us in his truth so that we can be worthy in the end and receive that. All right. So there's nothing wrong with envisioning that. We just telling you through the spirit that and you have the hope and you have the expectation of deliverance. That's beautiful. That's the mindset you're supposed to be in. But we're just telling you that it ain't one till it's one. You can't count it. You can't count it until you got it. And that's all that it is.
Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
That's it. That's it. Yep. Yeah, you can close this out, bro.
So, and like I said, Lord willing, that was edifying, and stay in the spirit. Until next time, we're gonna give more praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, and Kakadash. Shalom.